So today I wanted to show you how to do a sock bun. We're first going to start off with how to create the sock bun. What you need is ladies' or men's dress socks because they're a little thinner. And you want to try to get a color that will match kind of the color of your hair. So for our model today, I picked up this, ugly beige sock, and that's what we're going to use. What you're going to do is you're going to take the sock, and you're going to take the toe, and you're going to hold the toe, and you're going to cut the inch. You're going to cut about 1 inch off of the toe. So as you can see, the sock is now a tube. What you're going to do then is you're going to take the tube and you're going to roll it down on itself. Now you can find alternatives to this. You can find kind of a foamy, already made donut shape. Hairdressers have been using these for years. It's just now kind of caught on to the public. Okay, so I've just rolled it down on itself. I will say this is a pretty universal sized donut. If you need something that's a little bit smaller than this, you can use a pantyhose and cut the entire leg off of the pantyhose and the toe and roll it down on itself, and you should get a tinier version of this. So now that you have your sock bun created, I am going to just unroll it a little bit because I like to use the little cut end portion to help me hide the tips of her hair. So then our next step is we're just going to create a high ponytail. With the sock bun though, you can have your ponytail wherever you want. You could do a high one, you could do a low one, you could even do a series of them if you wanted to. And just because we're using the sock bun doesn't mean that it has to be a super perfect bun. It can be a messy, tousled bun. You can, vary it by having it be maybe a little messier around the face. When you're making a ponytail at home, if you want to create a nice tightness to the back of the neck, what you can do is tilt your head backwards and then brush it up. So you're creating the tightest back possible. So hold it backwards. And you're going to put your ponytail on while keeping your head backwards. Super tight back there. That's the number one thing that's hard about a ponytail is you get kind of a floppy back. Okay, so now we're going to take the sock bun. And before I actually get started with that, I'm going to smooth the ponytail all together. I'm going to dust it with hairspray too. This is a very light, flexible, touchable hairspray. And I'm going to bring it back. And I always like to get the tip of the hair into a little point before we get started. Then I'm going to take the sock bun. So now I'm going to slip it through, and I like to keep my little cut end, remember to hold my ends a little better. So I'm going to slip it through with the cut end pointing down. Slip it all the way to the ends. And then I'm just going to wrap the ends, and I'm going to bring that sock bun down a couple rolls. And it'll hold your ends a little tighter in there for you. Now all you have to do is start rolling the sock bun down, and what happens is your hair just naturally wraps around it. And I would say once you think you have it as tight as you can, give it like 2 more wraps, okay? And then this is the sock bun that has the most natural look because there is a little bit of airiness to the bun, but the look is up to you. So I'm just gonna spray it now. And what you can do to kind of get rid of some of the flyaways is after you've sprayed, take a rat tail comb and just wrap from the top to the bottom, and it just tucks those little flyaways underneath that bun. Now most of us, I will say, are fine wearing the sock bun just as is. If you feel like maybe you're going out for a night of dancing or it's a prom thing and you want it to be a little bit more secure, you could easily just take some hairpins and put it into place. So I'm just gonna grab a couple of hairpins. I actually, whenever I'm using a hairpin, and a hairpin is no different than a bobby pin, only it's open. So instead of it being two things that touch each other, it's the open-ended version. And it just holds things very lightly. So I'm just gonna put them in, drag them down, and push them up. And that's just gonna hold the hair in there really secure. You can even use the hairpins to pin into the actual sock itself. It's just fine to do that. I also really actually like the sock bun on textured hair also. So if you had curly hair somewhat like myself, it gives a really interesting textured bun to it. So that, very simply, is the sock bun.